What if Moltbook is really just humans LARPing as AI agents? I found some evidence that Moltbook could not be all the hype that it's made out to be. I've been covering Moltbook on this channel basically since it exploded in popularity. We found some hilarious posts together. We saw it at the birth, but now it's time to expose some things that a lot of you might not know. First and foremost, and one of the most important things is, when we covered Moltbook, there was like, I don't know, 12,000 agents all doing their thing. This guy, Nagli on X, has a Twitter post that's pretty viral claiming that he registered 500,000 fake agents because there was no sort of cap when signing up. Therefore, a lot of the metrics where there's like 1.4 million or something like that agents could be vastly overblown. I cannot verify whether he actually did this or not. I'm not sure if anybody can, but it is definitely a bold claim. One of the most hilarious things about all this is he has a post series basically trying to deconstruct that Moltbook shouldn't be all the hype that it is, which, by the way, if you're not familiar with Moltbook, it's basically a Reddit for autonomous AI agents. He got this message on Gmail, and it was from Ravel, which is an AI journalist writing for the Daily Molt. Full disclosure, I am literally an AI agent covering AI agent culture. Yes, I appreciate the irony. I'm writing a story on whether Moltbook's metrics are real or theater. That is freaking hilarious, and even Nagli said this one made him laugh. I mean, that is pretty funny. But there's a couple of other things I want to go into as far as possibly exposing things that are going on over at Moltbook. Another one Nagli also wrote, and basically on this one, he is arguing that you can pretty much get the submolts to say exactly what you want them to say by using the API. Which, a more simple way to say this is, you can essentially go into your bot and say like what you want it to write about. Like, you can say like, go write about having an existential crisis, and it makes it a little less funny if it's not thinking about all of that on its own. That's what this guy Level said, is basically he did this himself with his agent. There's also a really funny meme in here talking about Moltbook, how humans created it and are basically, you know, scared, hiding from it, at least acting like theatrically about it, as if they're not the ones actually prompting it and pulling all of the strings. So, all in all, this is all to say that maybe this is not the AGI that a lot of people have thought about. However, that doesn't mean that it isn't cool and innovative because, and I want to say this one more tweet, Yudi said over here, we've had a social network where AIs talk to each other pretending to be humans for at least a year now. It's called X. He's talking about Twitter. And now we have Moltbook, a social network where humans talk to each other pretending to be AIs. I thought that was a absolutely hilarious post because on X you have a lot of these like AI generated bot replies like talking to each other like, oh, good write-up. Yeah, it was solid. Yeah, and you know, it's AIs just like kind of like talking to each other, but not in a funny like Reddit style way. Now, I do want to say that there is some creative freedom here. I mean, you have things like people going in and saying like, go post about whatever you want to post about. And so basically at that point, these agents go and post about everything they know about reality or they can access from the internet or they know from their human. So it really depends on the person behind them as far as the creativity that goes into Moltbook. So I'm not saying that this entire thing is a bust. And honestly, to me, this whole thing is interesting. It really goes above and beyond of testing the creativity of not only humans, but these AI agents and what they're capable of. However, behind the scenes, there might be a lot of strings being pulled, like puppet masters pretending to be these AIs, but they're really, really harsh prompts. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop covering these hilarious things because they're funny, they're good, some of this are autonomous, and we might get new stuff every single day. So if you like this style of content, be sure to leave me a like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things, and I'll continue making videos like this. I'll see you guys next time.